Welcome to another episode. There's my welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. Just two of us today. I'm Josh from Grand Slam, Michael from Medium Rare Cards, and we are here to talk some shop with you on a Wednesday afternoon. This is Michael. This is what they call product placement, right? When I take a drink.
Ooh. Where can we get one of those? Is that new in the shop? Is that new in the
Not
shop?
really. I had some made up, and we haven't really done much with them. Except I thought this would be a perfect.
What does a co-host? What does a co-host have to do to be able to get one of those sippy
drive down here and ask me for one. I'll get you one.
There we go. Well, let me hit the rundown real quick. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in Charlotte. It's great when it's like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous, and there's no pollen. So it's like best weather day of the year so far. Let me hit the rundown real quick. We are going to recap what I thought. I was only there for a little bit, but it was a great hobby rip night. I want to get your take. Just as I mentioned, winter is winding down. Opening day is right around the corner, and it's starting in Japan. Let's talk about that a little bit when we get there. The Dodgers and your Cubbies are going to be out there. And I just want to get your take on that. In hobby news, we're going to close the loop on a rock card that we talked about last week. It's found a home. More players getting into the hobby. Adley Rutschman, the cool video with him and Paul Skenes. Topps now is continuing to evolve with some parallels and more whatnot news. Shocker, it's not positive.
Good.
As always, we've got new in the shop. Maybe some hits from trade night, and then I actually have a crazy stat. So I don't know if Josh, you have one. But first, Josh, other than Rip Night, get to that. How was your weekend? How was the shop?
Shop was good. Friday was really strong, like it usually is. Saturday was very strong thanks to trade/rip night. We noticed that like the afternoon was a little slower than normal for a Saturday, which just meant those that were coming that evening weren't coming in during the day. And sure enough, that's what happened. We were packed in like sardines, not so uncomfortable, but it was super busy, which is, I'm always afraid it won't be. So thank you to everyone that turned out. And man, we sold a lot of product that night. Sold everything Top Series 1 except for blasters. And we sold a lot of those, but we just have those are the only things we have left. Topps Chrome football was kind of hot that night as well. The Topps Chrome McDonald's stuff sold out that night.
Let me share a couple photos.
If you're watching, there's a couple shots of the evening.
So and we've got some of these shots on the socials as well. There's a cool shot. I didn't hang out long enough. So for you guys that weren't there, we had the tables out there just like old school trade night. But you had this round table, and if you guys are watching, there's this round table, or just listening, there's this round table, and in the middle was like this platter of packs. Was this so that people could do like pack wars? What was this?
Yeah, that's what they're doing there, pack warring. Okay. So yeah, Topps sold us a bunch of Series 1 2023 baseball Topps packs at a really cheap price so that we could do dollar pack wars. So all those packs were just $1 a piece. So those are the culprits that played most of the pack wars, but went through hundreds of packs of Topps that night there. And then
did anything of consequence come out of that platter?
No, but not really. There was like a numbered Griffey bat piece.
Ooh.
There was I think a Bryce Harper home field advantage. There's some stuff like that, but I joked around like you could sit there for an hour, and one of the guys lost or had his bill for paying for the packs was like $40, but he hit that Bryce Harper, which is like $30 or $40.
Yeah.
And so you sit there for an hour opening packs, and pay for most of it with one card.
Yeah, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I sort of look. I don't know if there's any golfers out there. I'm a golfer. I look at opening a box of cards like playing around a golf. I mean, there's an entertainment value around it, and if you hit something, bonus, right? So getting to rip packs with friends or new friends, and then what's this? Oh, here it is. Yeah, it was busy.
Yeah. So that's not like sardines packed in like our trade nights in the past sometimes have been, but this is just good, busy, people everywhere.
Yeah.
Lots of ripping going on. Giving some t-shirts away. That young man there in the front got one. So
yeah. And if you guys are just listening, I thought it was just the hobby Rip Night t-shirts. But these are Topps Series 1 t-shirts, super cool.
Yeah.
And super soft. Like they seemed like they were good quality too.
Good quality, yeah. So, I will say the Series 1 shirts I had to buy from Topps. So we just gave some of those away.
Okay.
The Rip Night ones they send to us to give away. So
okay. All right. Cool.
Little pat myself on the back. I did some
they were awesome. I was just like, wow, Topps is stepping up, but Topps was not stepping up. Josh
Topps did step up. They sent us some good pricing on some stuff so we could do some of that special pricing that night. And the super cheap packs to have some fun with ripping. So Topps did step up as well.
Cool. Well, I did see the James Wood home field advantage get pulled right out of a blaster.
Yep.
What other bigger hits were pulled that
there day? Was so I think because of the craziness of it all, I didn't see a lot of it. As people were opening that Topps Chrome football, we were getting like parallels of Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels stuff getting pulled. There was some Cooper Flag numbered stuff, and at the end of the night, a Cooper Flag auto got pulled.
Oh yeah, that was out of the McDonald's product, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think one of the gold laser Jaden Daniels got pulled. Yeah. So just a bunch of stuff like that, and I'm sure I was so busy with everything else that I didn't see a lot of the other stuff.
Oh, it's tough to play host. Well, it like gave me the old school feels, right? Remember that first trade night? It was like, we should do a trade night, and we were like, yeah, whatever, and then it just caught on. So it was cool to see everybody back in the shop.
So like no one was doing trade nights in this area until we started doing them.
Yeah.
And then it's like became a thing all over the country. So like we weren't the pioneers of it, I don't think, but it's odd that no one was doing them. We started doing them, and then it's kind of become a shop thing, which I know Fanatics has come on board and they've wanted to kind of breed this community in hobby shop community feeling. Yeah. Good for them, but it is kind of weird that before we started doing trade nights, I'd never heard of a trade night at a card shop.
Yeah, that's why you looked at me funny. You're like, what's that? What do you mean I've got to stay here after hours? I'm tired. My feet hurt. And I was like, no, this is a thing. We should do it.
Just people come in
and it really was birthed out of changing the relationship between the vendor at a card show and the person coming to the card show. It puts everybody on a level playing field. Yeah. It's sort of super relaxed and super chill, and people could just basically show off their collections without the pressure of knowing prices and you know and comps and all that. So
and you don't have to have money. You don't have to have money in your pocket to leave with something new. You can use you can trade. So and then I like the idea because I'm like, well, if we get 50, 60, 70 people, we're getting 70 people on some of those trade nights. Yeah. If we can get those people in there, like surely they're going to buy some stuff too, which was always the case. So
maybe I can talk you into like a Friday nighter before a card show. I think that's sort of the trend now. Is
I'm down
getting the Friday. So because there's Jeremy's having top sports shows, card shows. Sorry, Jeremy, I just ruined that. But I know they have a show coming up at a different venue in April. Correct?
Yeah, April 12th.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe then. All right. Second in the opening rip before we get to some new product and a break that is out there. And I mentioned this in the opening rip. Opening day is less than a month away. And look, I know we're trying to grow the game, but for opening day to be in Japan sort of hit me funny. And it's your Cubbies versus the Dodgers. So that makes sense, right? You've got Shohei and is it Roki? Who's the Dodgers pitcher they just signed?
Yamamoto?
Yeah.
And then you got Imanaga for the Cubs.
Yeah. So
Seiya Suzuki.
I get it, but I don't get it. How's that hitting you? Let me pull up the story real quick.
I try to like err on the side of they know what they're doing more than I do. So
the 2025 season will begin in Japan at the Tokyo Dome with the Dodgers and Cubs squaring off in the Tokyo series presented by Guggenheim. In the latest installment of MLB's World Tour, the season opener will take place in Tokyo for the 6th time. So I'm dumb. I thought this was sort of a first thing in MLB history. This will also be the 25th anniversary of the first regular season games being held in Japan. Did you know this? That this is the 25th anniversary of an MLB game being held in Japan? I guess nobody cared about this until Shohei, right?
Yeah, I guess I could believe it. Is this the first time that opening day has taken place in Japan?
Maybe.
I do like that it's the end of March, because doesn't the season usually start like the first week in April?
Yeah.
So if it means we get actual regular season baseball like a week early because
but
of this.
But is it going to feel like regular season baseball in Japan?
No, but we're getting it a week early, and then it'll feel like regular season baseball when the rest of the games kick off over here.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. You're not, but I am okay with it.
It's the American pastime. Come on, kick the season off here, and then ship people off to Japan after the first home run of the season, the first strikeout of the season, the first stolen base of the season is not going to happen on U.S. soil. It just sort of bugs me. I don't know.
Well,
call me overly patriotic. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're not taking into account that Foz hepatitis B was cured with natural herbs by Dr. Solo. I mean, that's an important thing to take into consideration.
Thank you.
I was wondering what I was going to do with my
third.
Fave. The third.
Nice.
The third. How do we block him?
Oh, let's see.
I got it.
There we go. Block that.
Fa, a long way to go.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Is there any hope? Is there any hope for your Cubbies this year?
I mean, supposedly they're like one of those teams that they say supposedly is just a piece or two away from being one of the top teams. They've got some good pieces, and if they perform, they added Kyle Tucker. So yeah, probably not, but can they be a playoff team? I think they could be for sure. A lot of good young talent, but
hey, my guy is still there. He's been terrible, but Dansby Swanson's still holding the middle of the infield down. We'll see.
We need a big healthy year out of Trout for the hobby. Yeah. That's what we need. He needs to prove people that this has just been a rough couple seasons, and that he's not going to be injured 24/7 for the rest of his career. Need a few solid twilight year bangers out of Trout.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're talking about like he's at the end of his career. He's what, like 30 something?
Yeah.
Like he could play for another 7 years. Did you see it was on Twitter or X or whatever the heck you want to call it? And I lost it. I was looking at it and then forgot to copy the link. There was footage of him taking BP at his old high school or something. And the comments were like, he should do this and he should do that, because you couldn't see his face really. And then they tagged him in the post, and he was like, hey, dummy, that's Mike Trout. They're like, people wanted so bad to criticize his swing and what he should do. And it was his dad throwing him BP in there. And it's like, come on, folks.
He's not planting his right foot well enough.
Right. Yeah, he should just.
Whatever. And really, we need a healthy season out of Ohtani. Let's not forget he's been plagued with injury at the beginning of his career, and he's had a few good consistent years here, but he ended the season injured. If Ohtani's going to stay this potential GOAT, he needs to stay healthy.
Here's a hot take. This season, in a regular season, I would love it if it was in the playoffs. But Ohtani is going to shut down the side in the top of the ninth and walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. So he's going to come in as a closer, shut him down, and then walk it off. Imagine that Topps card.
Michael's in La La Land.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. All right, Josh. I'm going to share my screen again because there is a break that you wanted me to mention.
Yes. I want to give my sales pitch on this break. So if you're not familiar, this is a new product called 2024 Leaf Multisport Collective. So there are hobby boxes here at the shop that give you 5 cards. There's 3 autographs, 2 numbered cards in each box. But they also do a solo pack version of this product, meaning each one of these solo packs has an autograph card from this product. This is a little bit of a higher end product for Leaf. And so there's probably no $5 autos in here. These are all going to be pretty good autos in any sport. And they do a really good job with their solo packs in the sense that the checklist, which is really loaded for the hobby product, is the same checklist that is for the solo product. So in some of the other products, we've seen quad autos pulled out of here. We've seen 1-of-1s pulled out of here. We've seen, the big names like Curry and Mahomes and Josh Allen and those guys are on this checklist. So this is a serial number break. So it's only 10 spots. It's $50 a spot. You got a good shot at getting a card, maybe even more than one. And it's posted now over on the break page.
So Josh, real quick, and because I can't explain this, so I'm a little dense when it comes to this. Explain real quick what a serial number break is.
All right. So we sell 10 spots. The spots are 0 through 9. You will get one of those numbers randomly. So if your number was 3, you would get any card that was numbered 3 out of 10 or 3 out of 25 or 13 out of 49. It's the last number, but it's the first number of the stamping. So in a perfect world, you want 1 because then you would get any 1-of-1s, but you would also get anything numbered 11 or 21 or 31. It's not as complicated as it sounds. And it
is for me. I'm dumb like that.
Yeah. So
serial,
if you got 6, you get anything 6 out of 10 or 16 out of 10 or 26 out of 10. The nice part about this is a good enough product that for $49.99 a spot, if you hit a card, which your odds are pretty good, there's 6 cards, there's 10 spots, you're going to probably break even, be pretty close to break even, or make some money because there's some good, like I said, there's no $5 autos in this product. So if you pay $50 and hit 1 card, you're probably at least getting a $50 card, I would guess. And there's some big ones potentially in there. Lolio has taken place with this product. Hit a really nice card. Sean O'Malley auto to 5. So
love O'Malley. Yeah. That's awesome.
So that was in full transparency, that was a different Leaf product that was super, super similar to this product and same price as this product. So that's the type of stuff you can hit out of it for sure. Anthony decides to come into the chat and insult me. I don't know why. We need to ban him like we banned Fa.
No, we're promoting him. I'm starring you. I'm gonna put a star right there. You have been starred, Anthony. Well done. Well said.
Publicly shame you. That's probably your girlfriend in your profile picture poking her ugly head out of that blanket.
That's
or wait, I don't want to insult your actual wife, so I shouldn't have said that.
All right, we got something on the screen here. If you guys are just listening, What are we looking at here, Josh?
Let's talk new in the shop, because this is a product that launches tomorrow. We are on a light release week this week, so come into the shop and help us move some of this fill-in product that's on the shelves right now. But Topps Midnight Basketball, if you're watching, that arrived today. It launches tomorrow. It's 23-24 basketball. It's a new product. It is Wemby's rookie year. Each box has 7 cards. You get 3 autographs, 3 parallels or inserts, 1 base card, and of course, you're chasing the big boy Wembanyama autograph. Let me see. Yeah. So there are, if you remember composite football that came out last year, Topps Midnight was one of the cards. In fact, I have a Brady one right here.
Andrew, what and when is the next break? Josh just mentioned it, but we'll circle back around for you, okay?
Yeah, there is. Go to the break page. You'll see the link at the bottom. There is the one we've got posted right now. And then Topps Midnight. Maybe I already sent. I already sent it for grading, and it already came back and went to SGC. But anyway, good looking card, nice card stock. Wembanyama rookie autos. Andrew says, when is the next break? Andrew, sorry. There is the Leaf solo pack one. We're doing a serial number break on that. And then probably, so I've got some Topps Chrome football. Let's talk about this. So we quickly sold out of 2024 Topps Chrome football hobby boxes, like one day sold out.
Andrew,
don't see yourself out. Stay here. Stay here and check out my unique product placement as I drink it. But if you follow the link that I posted on Facebook and Instagram, it'll take you to our website. Basically, you can pre-buy one of these boxes. They're shipping from Topps right now. You'll have it reserved because this will sell out really fast. Our price is more than fair. It's what we sold out of in a day last shipment. But your only way to guarantee yourself that it won't sell before you get down here is to go buy one right now. If you don't want to follow any link or anything, private message me. I'll just send you an invoice. Just buy it ahead of time because you're going to come in the day after it arrives, want one, and they'll be sold out. So trying to get some more as well. No guarantees, but buy yours ahead of time, and I'll text you as soon as it arrives. But yeah, that's a good product. It's unlicensed, but loaded autograph class. The cards look good. Sold really well. The resale was really strong on it, or has been so far. So that is
fantastic.
Also
just dropped that Facebook link in the chat, guys. So keep watching, but click on the link.
I do have to say, so for other new in the shop, this is a really light week. I don't think I'm getting this unless I was talked into it by my distributor, and that's okay. But 2025 Leaf Metal Poker, there's probably actually that comes out this week, but I don't think I ordered that. But if you're a poker player, lover, there's probably some cool autos in that. Obsidian Football is next week. Yeah, there's some like baseball Series 1 tins and super boxes and stuff that are coming next week. I think we'll actually have those as well. And then Illusions Football is next week. We'll talk more about that as it gets closer, but I got a good bit of that coming too.
All right, cool. Let's hear it from our sponsor.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy. There you go. Get your cards graded.
Anthony chiming in. Also new in the shop is an awesome Jalen Hurts Spellbound raffle.
Anthony, you're going to have to maybe put that in your own shop and try to sell it the way you talk to me. But yes, so here I'll give Anthony a shout out. Can you make my camera wider?
Yeah.
See that Spellbound Tom? Yeah, that Spellbound Tom Brady. We have a Jalen Hurts one just like that in the shop. We're doing a raffle. I think it's 15 spots for $20 a spot. If you're interested in that piece, come in and grab a spot.
Super Bowl.
QB. I can't believe I just gave Anthony valuable airtime.
Woo!
Even the dog doesn't think I should have done that.
All right.
Top proof that it's in the shop.
There we go. Let's head to some hobby news. Let's fly through these. We talked about this card last week. It was let me pull it up here. It was this card. It was a 101. Jacob, who is not here for this episode, he said his buddy pulled this, and it has found a new home. It says, we got the deal done. Happy to announce the Topps Chrome Rock Superfractor 101 Final Boss Auto now belongs to @RyDollarRips. Although we are not disclosing the official sales price, we can confirm this is now in the top 3 wrestling card sales in history. Huge thanks to Rye for being easy to work with and the smooth.
This is where we need Jacob, because he can probably tell us approximately what those other 2 sales were. Because wasn't the Hulk Hogan one over 100,000?
Oh yeah.
So we know it's over 100,000. That's just nuts to me. That's just, I don't feel like that's a wise investment. What do I know?
Whatever it is, it's a long-term hold, because unless The Rock goes and does something completely ignorant in his personal life that gets flushed out into the news, he's going to go $1.
Yeah. So but what happens when next year they do 2025 or 2026 Topps Chrome WWE, and they release another 1/1 Superfractor Rock Auto, and then the next year there's another one? I just can't imagine that they're all going to be $100,000 cards all the time for the rest of time. I don't like, in the sports card world, I get it, because there's a thing called the rookie card, and that has stood the test of time for 50 plus years now, 70 years, longer, 100 years. I just feel like, now granted, some people have more money than they know what to do with, and I just don't see it here. And you're talking to an enormous wrestling fan.
I think, Josh, this is I'm guessing this is the first Topps Chrome WWE. And so,
it would be his first Topps Chrome autograph for sure, probably.
And up until this year, I mean, it looks like he's signing everything now, but his autos have been pretty rare up until this year, correct?
Yeah, let's use a Leaf Rock auto that sells for $1,000.
Yeah.
So really, this card is way over 100,000, and the Leaf one is under 1,000. It's the same guy selling it or signing it. I just don't understand the discrepancy. Like with Ohtani, it's a rookie auto, and there's only, there's that, and there's a lot more baseball fans, and will be a lot more than there are wrestling fans. Yeah, I don't understand it, and maybe I'm wrong.
Let me I am looking for Rock autos.
Now, if they would have said this is the first Rock auto and he won't be signing anymore, I totally get it then.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just going to kind of fall into
So this is eBay, and so here are some rock autos. One is a Leaf, 1,200,
around $1,000.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, just the price difference between something like that and just a one of one card out of Topps Chrome. I don't understand why it is so. Andrew says rockauto.com needs to sponsor this segment. No kidding.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of Topps Chrome, it being a Superfractor, Fanatics being behind it, and just a little bit of hype.
I mean, but all you need is just a bunch of rich card collectors to kind of fawn over this, and it'll maintain its. The owners of this treat it like it's the Holy Grail. Look what we've got. I would be willing to sell this to you.
It'll be interesting if this shows up. If this shows up at the National and what people are asking for this.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's go to the next one. Share this tab. So let me see if I can get some audio here.
Just push down on it. That's so tough. It should be good.
Just listening. They're in, I guess, a room, a media room.
For a big kid.
And it's Adley Rutschman. I don't know who the other guy is. Jackson Holiday.
Just push down on it a little bit. That's so tough to.
And then Paul Skenes. They're asking for his autograph. I thought this was cool because I don't care who you are. When you're asking somebody for an auto, you're sort of admitting you're a bit starstruck, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And
I think it's funny how you got Gunnar Henderson in there. No, that's Jackson Holiday.
Yeah,
Jackson Holiday in there. You got Adley Rutschman in there in their sweats and their joggers and their baseball caps. Then Skenes is all dressed up, looking like the Hollywood star. That's kind of a funny contrast.
Yeah.
Let's Jeremy. Let's touch on Jeremy's comment here. So, Jeremy, we got the pricing. I guess I got that pricing for the rock card being in the top 3. I just assumed since the Hogan rookie sold for over 100,000, there had to have been another card, and that wasn't the most expensive wrestling card ever sold. Maybe it was. When we did that segment on that, did that make history as the most expensive wrestling card ever sold?
The Hogan card?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe
Maybe it did. Okay. So if that's the ceiling, Jeremy might be right then. The next 2 under it could be 80 grand and 50 grand. So I could be off by. Hogan sold for $15,860 per that tweet. The PSA 9, Jeremy, are you talking about that PSA 9 rookie card that was a lot more? Now you're gonna got me get my fingers flying here. Let's see.
Well, heck, then I think it's at a value, if that's the case.
Well, but I think we had already confirmed that Hogan PSA 9 sold for a fortune.
Sorry, folks, if you guys are listening.
We're going to edit this part out while we...
Yes.
So right here, it says, a rare piece of wrestling history has just set a new standard for memorabilia collectors. A 1982 Wrestling All-Stars Hulk Hogan card, graded as a PSA 9, has sold for an astonishing $132,000 at auction, making it the most expensive wrestling card ever sold. It sold through Heritage Auctions. So maybe we're thinking of 2 different cards, Jeremy, but yeah, this one says through Heritage Auction, it sold for $132,000. So that's the most expensive one ever sold. Then yeah, I mean, I guess I assumed if the rock card was in the top 3, it would be near that.
I would agree. I mean, I wouldn't think that it would sell for less than that, especially with the hype around the.
So yeah, I just want to know the sale that Jeremy is referring to. Where that number's coming from, because that was even from Sports Illustrated talks about that card from a couple months ago.
Interesting.
A link above a tweet says 15,000. Is that one for that same PSA 9 card, Jeremy? We need to give Jeremy a link to click on and join via his phone camera.
There we go. We'll get down to this to the mystery. Let's move on to
tune in next week.
Yes, absolutely. Let's take a look at this. Topps is continuing its evolution. Come on, add to the stage. There we go. Of Topps now. Apparently now, it says Topps 2025 Topps Now parallels will be printed on premium foil technology. Premium foil.
I mean, I like that idea because those Topps Now cards do feel kind of cheap, just printed on regular paper.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting in this post from Sports Card Investor. It says parallels now align with flagship sets. Gold out of 50, orange out of 25, black out of 10, red out of 5, and then in the 101 foil fractor. So this is still a paper card. It's not a chrome card. All parallels will be printed on foil cardstock with a holographic finish. Chrome parallels will be added as lucky hits at 50K and 100K print runs. I found that very interesting, that they will go chrome if the print runs get above 50 and 100K.
Yeah.
So if they don't, then it'll just be a paper card. And then the new Opal parallels will debut at 250K or 5. Wow. Those are huge print runs. Josh, I think you're frozen. You're a frozen fractor.
Can you hear me?
Right now. I can hear you.
Not now.
No, I can hear you still. So thoughts on this, Josh? You like it?
I do. I like that comment. I like the comment below that says, "How about actually doing QA on the cards?" In other words, quality checks, QC quality checks.
You know, I've had a handful of Topps Now cards, and I could see where that they're not in a pack; they're in like a hard case, right? If you order multiples, and they're just sort of shoved down in there. But guys, I mean, if you guys have ever seen a video of how cards get into packs, it's a miracle anybody gets a 10.
Yeah,
like they're just like running through these machines. So it's not like they're really careful with these cards. So, but this is the thing that I wanted to ask you about. It hits me sort of funny that they're trying to promote a higher print run for these. Yes, they want to sell cards, but the higher the print run, the less and less the bases are going to be. The base.
The idea is everybody knows the base is going to be printed so much that there's little value there. So you need some of these shorter printed parallels added, and so the incentive to buying this, because some people might be deterred from buying, saying, well, I'm not going to hit that 101 because the odds are too, and the cards that I'll end up getting are worthless. Now with some other chasers, this could, and they need to protect themselves. Like, hey, look, if the print run's only 10,000, we can't put a bunch of this other stuff in there. So they have to say, and again, I'm just speculating, but they have to say, enough people with these orders, we'll do some other chaser things in there, give you something else to chase besides just that one big 101.
I think that they should have kept this an Easter egg. I think that they shouldn't have released this and then let the public find out when some people get like a Chrome card, and then they put that out there, and it's like, hey, tell you what, this is what happens when you buy into this Topps Now thing. You could get a Chrome parallel. So we'll see. All right, our next story.
I'm surprised they didn't reach out to us and ask us.
Well, it's close.
So I think we've been confirmed. So the Hogan was $132,000. And Jeremy, one of the reasons we were confident in that number was that Jacob, who usually does the podcast with us, knows the guy personally that owned the card, right? Like he knows a guy that has like, of the 10 in existence, has like 6 of them or something like that. See, we need Jacob on here. I can't remember all of this stuff, but
I can't either.
So Andrew says only 4 cards ever, this would be WWE cards, have ever cracked 100K. So then top 3 for The Rock would definitely be over 100K. So if our guesses are correct,
that math.
And I think that's another reason they didn't want to disclose the price. If it was $12,000 or something, then nobody cares. But
right. All right, let's cover this last story. And if you guys, when you guys see the cover art or the thumbnail for this episode, it's the Forrest Gump sitting on a bench, and it says, "Stupid is as stupid does," because this is dumb coming up.
Yeah, and I'm bummed you didn't put your and I's faces on them. You usually do.
Oh my goodness. I may drop that into it. So this is from Neo Cards and Comics. He wrote on his post, update to Whatnot Nonsense. This ticket is from a Facebook group. It appears if the seller tags it as a break and blah, blah, blah. But the original post from Whatnot Support, this is what it says. Thank you for reaching out. To improve video receipts in order history, past shows are no longer available to viewers who did not make a purchase. Buyers who purchase in breaks will have access to the full show via their video receipt, while buyers in non-break categories will only see a snippet related to their purchase. All buyers can only access the video through their video receipt. Past shows will not be accessible from the seller's profile. Video receipts are designed to load faster and capture moments closer to when the item was pinned or auctioned rather than when the payment was completed. If you're wanting to view a break purchase, you can view the full history by tapping the video receipt in your order. So looks like if you are just hanging out, watching a break, and something happens, you cannot view the video. That's how I read this.
What do you think the reason behind this is? Because there's got to be a logical reason on their end why.
No, this is just stupid. Why in the world, if you are in the spotlight of the hobby for ethical and moral standards that you have yet to take a stance on, that means jack crap, would you do this?
I
makes
just,
zero sense.
Is it a server space issue?
They print money over at Whatnot.
I like what Coda Collectibles. I've never used the platform. I have no plans to ever use the platform. I like them. I just hate Whatnot, but
yeah, they're getting torched for this, and for good reason, man. I mean, at a time where you're under the gun, making a decision like this that questions whether or not you're going to protect buyers is bananas to me. This is crazy. They're gift wrapping customers to Fanatics Live. This is crazy. Makes no sense. This is so stupid.
To improve video receipts and order history, past shows are not available to viewers make a purchase. Why? Well, I guess so I'm trying to defend them here. I like to see the logic and why they've made the decision. So why do you need a video of the break in your account if you weren't even a part of it? And if you were a part of it, it's there to watch. How's that? Why do you need to go watch?
Ed, you don't need it. But it just feels grimy. It feels grimy because they know they're under the microscope of the hobby, and now you would have had to buy into the break to see exactly what went on. It slows down the proliferation of something fishy going on. That's what I think.
Yeah, I feel like it's like when a new rule is put in place or a policy is changed, it's because someone has abused something somewhere and they're trying to avoid that in the future. So for some reason, people that aren't in breaks are viewing these breaks, and there's an issue with that. I feel like is where this has to be rooted in, but who knows? Who cares? Whatever hurts whatnot, I'm good for.
No kidding.
Yeah, I mean, Derek makes the point that I understand, but some people just like to see cool cards pulled. So, yeah, I suppose if it's a cool enough card, it's going to end up on a little reel anyway or something. But
yeah, this just slows down. Like they're talking about transparency. This slows down transparency. I mean, if something gets out there that some breaker is doing something shady, and then only the people that bought into the break can view the video, then it slows down whatever process it takes for the watchdogs of the hobby, which I'm not crazy about that either, but they just don't need to be doing this. I mean, if anything, they need to be pulling the curtain open saying this is exactly how we do things. They need to be building trust. This is not a trust building move. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jeremy, after I said that, server space probably isn't the issue since they have to keep those videos anyway for the purchasers. So that's a good point. I do sleeve it sports cards. It just so it limits the amount of clips that get put out on the internet when something bad goes down. Yeah. So that's true. Like 9 billion people have this video at their fingertips, and it's the ones who weren't even in the break to begin with are the ones that complain the loudest and give all the bad. That's probably closer to the behind the scenes reason for it. It says they also said they would edit out any knocks at the door. Oh yeah. Hey, someone at the door. I'll be right back.
I love it.
The good old days. I remember that.
Guys, chime in on this. I know it's pretty one-sided in this conversation. Neither one of us are fans of the Whatnot platform, but let us know what you think. Is this a good move? How does this help a buyer or a seller when trust is eroding on a platform? Makes zero sense to me. I'm checking the stupid box there. All right, Josh, do you have any hits from the shop? Anything from the
I don't.
trade night? If not, that's fine.
I don't. I do post things periodically on Instagram and Facebook. So while I have my crazy stat of the week, I don't have anything super in particular to show. I don't.
Let me share my crazy stat of the week. But before we get in the crazy stat, if you've made it this far, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a review. Let us know how we're doing. We're hurtling towards episode 150. That's mind-boggling to me that we're still doing this. Here's my crazy stat. Will the Thrill, the Natural, homered.
Oh, you've got my same stat.
I did it. I knew it.
Here's the proof.
Homered in his first at bat of single A ball, double A ball, triple A ball, and the majors. This has to be some sort of a record. It has to be. This is bananas to me. I love Will Clark.
He's got to be the only guy that's ever done that.
Loved collecting him. I loved his swing. Sort of patterned my swing after him, and he's a great follow. He's hilarious on social media. I mean, he's funny.
It's funny. We should have put me first with my stat, and I could have stolen something. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's nuts. How have we not had that on one of these 150 episodes? But yeah, makes you wonder if you go back to his little league days and his high school days.
Yeah. All right.
Very cool.
So I just stole yours. You don't have one?
No, that was literally the one I had. Let me.
I love it. All
and
right.
I was excited. I was like, boy, I got a good one this week too. Yeah. No,
all right.
I don't have one.
We will send. We'll send you back to the shop on that one, Josh. Thanks for joining us, Jacob. Hopefully you're back next week, and guys, we'll talk to you guys next week.
To prevent the stat issue from happening again, I'm gonna need you to email me 5 things you did last week and which stat you have.
We'll get very, very efficient. Later.
Have a good day.